Reports of a disturbance in the world of athletics.
All units.
Fan out.
Calling all Fanthletes, you're watching Fanthletics TV, and this is the Mix Zone. Now, fan out. Fanthletics is all about the sport of being a fan, and my mission is clear: bringing athletics back to the people. As a kid, I loved watching athletics, but I love doing it more. I ran 400 meters in high school, I threw a sick discus, until I got injured playing rugby. Cut to 2007, after years of having way too much fun to watch TV, there I am, World Championships, Osaka, Japan. Well, watching it anyway. I found myself marveling over the exploits of a young, lanky Jamaican teen who would go on to be lightning fast, and an equally short Jamaican teen who would go on to become rocket propelled. From then on, I wanted to talk about athletics all the time, to anybody that would listen, on the train, in class, at work, in my sleep. But everyone was watching Formula One or football or some sport with people bouncing around and throwing chairs and tables. And growing up, athletics was hype. The exploits of our athletes lit up the back pages. The Olympics every 4 years, Citius, Altius, Fortius. Eventually, I found someone who shared my love of athletics. And he found my love of athletics so exciting that he told me, why don't you talk to me about it less and talk on the internet more? So Fanthletics was born. The problem was, these days, not too many people care about athletics. I'm like, what happened? For real though. So now come with me while we make athletics great again. Okay, we're not gonna do that. We're not gonna do that. This season on the Mix Zone, we're gonna go deep into athletics, from the grassroots right to the top. Each show will be getting in the mix with what's new in the sport, what's been happening in the sport, who's coming up, who's going down, and we'll discuss a discipline or an issue within the sport, and we'll focus on one athlete in particular. We wanna get some athletes in the studio talking about the sport that they love. We wanna get some other journalists and influencers in the studio. Owen, I'm talking about you. Lillian, I'm talking about you. Yeah, even you too, the Backstreet Boys. And each episode, we're gonna induct one athlete into the Fanthletics Track and Field Club. The last great Olympics was London 2012, when Usain Bolt and Shelly-Ann Fraser-Pryce cemented their legacies. Alongside such greats as Sally Pearson, David Rudisha, Valerie Adams, these athletes set the world alight. That Olympics was fire, and there have been a lot of talk about it since, in terms of whether it was clean or not, how many athletes since then have been re-upgraded or re-awarded medals, and that means that our sport is working. That means that people are finding the people that are doing things wrong and making it right. And yeah, we would prefer that people weren't standing in their tracksuit age 40 plus, nothing wrong with that, standing in their tracksuit age 40 plus, receiving their medal in the rain in Gateshead, but at the same time, they got it, and we love it. We love to see it. Whenever it happens, we want to see it. Also at London 2012, as British athletics fans, we witnessed one of the greatest nights in athletics ever. Greg Rutherford, Mo Farah, Jessica Ennis-Hill, pop, pop. That was amazing. That few minutes was just when you saw Greg Rutherford disbelievingly raise his hand and go, what? As Jessica Ennis-Hill was about to come on, I just found that amazing, so amazing. It was one of the greatest nights in athletics for me as a fan, and I don't feel that we've ever got back to those same heights. Rio Olympics was marred by some financial difficulties. Thiago Braz didn't let that stop him though. The Paris Olympics, Tokyo first. Now Tokyo, well, she had a visit from Miss Rona, so enough said about that. And Paris. Now, Paris Olympics, it was aight. You know, there were some great performances. We had a great young silver medalist who we're gonna talk to some point this season too. But I mean, in general, overall, the Olympics didn't quite hit for me. Like, what was Lady Gaga doing on them steps? And now, why would you have my girl Serena Williams on that boat like that? How you gonna do it like that? Come on now. She can't crip walk while gripping on for dear life along the Seine. Come on. Now, speaking of the goatiest goats of all goats to ever goat, Serena Williams. Let's talk about people that are also trying to help athletics lift itself back up to the top of the podium. There have been so many innovations in the sport. Some have been great, some, not so much. But one of the greatest innovations has been from Serena Williams' husband, Alexis Ohanian. Now, he's not only her husband, he's a father to their daughters, Olympia and Adira. We're not going to talk about Quay Quay. And also, he is the founder of Athlos Games. Now, the Athlos Games is one of the greatest innovations I've seen in the sport in recent years. And it gave us some great moments in 2024 and 2025. And this year, we're looking forward to the Athlos Track League. Whoop, whoop. Athlos launched in September 2024 to mixed but positive reviews from the world in general, but amongst athletes, it was embraced. Now, Athlos seeks to showcase female sport on a wider scale, not just when the World Championships or Olympics are coming around. One of its taglines is, they run it, they own it. And I think that's one of the things that has definitely led to the sport or the event being so well received and its longevity now starting to be cemented. Come on, Athlos. Come on, Alexis. Come on, Serena. Come on, Adira. Come on, Olympia. Come on, Quay Quay. So thank you, Alexis Ohanian and Serena and them kids. Boasting a similar format, the Grand Slam Track League. Grand Slam Track was launched in 2024 as well. Now, it was launched by one of my favorite athletes of all time, my favorite childhood athlete, MJ, Michael Johnson. Michael Johnson's 400-meter run, world record run, was one of the best runs I've ever seen. Not till David Rudisha sprinted his 800-meter final in London 2012 had I ever seen somebody run as great as I saw Michael Johnson run his 400 world record. And I'm sorry about it, Wade Van Niekerk. Yours was sick too, but you was running out there like you didn't see nobody. Michael Johnson knew where everybody was, and he was like, I ain't stopping for nobody. Where Athlos was received greatly and has gone from strength to strength, Grand Slam Track, baby, things ain't gone as great. Now, there have been some rumors, and finally the information has come out that Grand Slam Track is not able to pay its athletes. Investors have pulled out. One of the worst problems with our sport is the lack of finance, the lack of investment, because we ain't driving or kicking footballs for 90 minutes or throwing chairs and tables and them-ish. We don't get the funding. And yet our sport is one of the greatest sports ever, one of the oldest sports ever. People stood on Mount Olympus and ran around that thing, and now they can't even pay us to run around a track in Jamaica. Talking about Jamaica, April 4th, 2024, Independence Park, Kingston. Crickets. It was hugely disappointing for us as athletics fans that the turnout was low and that the coverage was poor. We had to tune into Next Bookie internet providers and channels and try and watch them while they were filming birds and trees and foot. I'm like, where are the runners? We were all behind Grand Slam Track. We were rooting for you. Now we're all looking forward to Michael Johnson being able to bring the sport back to the lofty heights it once was at, because he is from that era and he knows what it was like to go out to packed stadiums week after week and run his heart out and collect the accolades that he deserved. And I wish mad fan love to Michael Johnson and his team. Come on, MJ, make it hot. One of the sad things about Grand Slam Track League and its demise, as it was cancelled in June 2025, was that they didn't get to fully live out the 4 events that they had planned. And the final event being cancelled led to a lack of confidence in its ever coming back. Not to mention the fact that the athletes, and this is why we're here, the athletes, in particular our very own Daryl Nita, are still owed thousands of pounds. Now, y'all better pay up, because in the end of the day, MJ, we love what you were doing. We want it to work because these athletes need to be paid. No one's paying them. Somebody got to. Now, there have been many innovations, as I said, trying to make the sport great, trying to bring the sport back. They were trying to bring the sport back to the people, but they weren't the first. Back in 2017, a famous Chippendale, Mark Arbib, now y'all get your mind out the gutter, not that kind of Chippendale. Born in Chippendale, Sydney, Mark Arbib, the then Minister for Sport in Australia and the President of Australian Athletics till very recently, was attending meets. And I think one day he was at one meeting, he was like, where is everybody? Where everybody at? So, Mark Arbib, in all his wisdom, got with a sick-ass click and went all out. Teamed up with Usain Bolt, and in 2017, Nitro Athletics was born. February 4th, 2017, Usain Bolt would lead his team of all-stars against a team from Japan, Australia, China, England, New Zealand. Over the course of those 3 days, they made international stars of various athletes, including the now immortalized Genevieve Lacaze, now Gregson, and Ryan Gregson. Come on, Jen. Come on, quick! The games were a great success, largely due to the fact that they had people in the stands, and also that they were broadcasting these events live in the countries where the competitors were from. These near-capacity crowds led to it being signed up for a second edition, which was sadly cancelled due to the proximity of the 2018 Commonwealth Games in the Gold Coast. Now, y'all missed a trick there because you had something fire. Unfortunately, Nitro Athletics never got the chance to bloom, but it stands alone as one of the greatest innovative moments of the sport. I love the event. Not only did it focus on the fantastic Australian Athletics Association and its fantastic athletes, but it also highlighted the fact that while we over here freezing and coughing up our ice-filled lungs, and Americans over there running their young athletes into the dust, the Australians down there loving it. Now, speaking of Australians loving it, today, on the Mix Zone, we are about to induct our first athlete into the Fanthletics Track and Field Club. Now, he's a guy whose name's so loud you had to shout it twice. Gout Gout! Last month, Gout graduated from the school of, when's he gonna start racing against the big boys? When's he gonna stop ducking meats? I never believed that about him, but you know, haters gonna say what they say. Haters gonna hate. Hi, haters. Now, he dropped a time that placed him firmly in the top 20 200-meter times of all. Not juniors, seniors. Now, this time, 1967, made him not only an area, but world under-20 record holder. Now, this, coupled with his 10 seconds flat 100 meters, really places him at the forefront of runners who, okay, Bayando Walaza, we're gonna talk about you another time. But this places Gout pretty much at the forefront of runners who are gonna be challenging in that future for that 100 and 200 meter records owned by a lightning fast man who's no longer running, but still floating around. Now, 958 is stellar and phenomenal. 1919, equally stellar, equally phenomenal, but potentially more reachable. Gout is undoubtedly, I need to stop, that talent that could potentially do this. So we're rooting for you, Gout. We're rooting for you. He's gonna take that time. I believe he is. He's gonna take it, smash it, and take it right down under. The Mix Zone is about the future. We're looking at those athletes who are coming up, those athletes who've inspired us, who we've seen come up through the junior ranks. We've been watching the Clayton twins for like 10 years nearly, it seems like. Coming up, Alana Reed, Brianna Williams, Brianna Liston, other athletes, Nielsen twins, Inga Britson after, Australians like Rowan Browning. Let's focus. Alana Reed, the world under 20 100 meter champion. Her PB stands at 10.92. But she first came to our attention about 5 years ago when she dropped a nasty 11.71 at the age of 15. Lachlan Kennedy, compatriot of Gout, just dropped a stellar metronomic 9.96, becoming the first man to run sub 10 seconds on Australian soil. Now I wonder why Asafa never got down there and did them. He could have though. Come on, shout out to Asafa Powell. Puripol Bonsoon, the Thai national record holder over 100 and 200 meters, and the national and area record holder. Bonsoon has been leaving his competitors in the dust, taking the Southeast Asian Games titles twice in both events. His PB of 9.94 over the 100 meters and his appearance at the Paris Olympics in the semifinals of the 100 meters purely cements him as one of Asia's truest and greatest next talents. Now, will he stand and walk in the footsteps of people like Biangten Su, Liu Zhang? Come on, Wu! We can't wait to see it. And we know one thing, Puripol has definitely made himself a Thai to keep an eye on. Okay, I'm done. So what we got coming up this season on the Mix Zone? We want to put athletes to the forefront. We want to bring athletics back to the people. And we want to go from the bottom and we want to work our way all the way to the top. Now, speaking of the top, one of the greatest British athletes for me, my time growing up, she is now the president of British Athletics, and we want her here on this show. I ain't got no seat yet, but we'll find somewhere for her. Denise Lewis, we're calling you out. Come and bless us with your presence and let it be known, because we watched you for many years on the BBC, giving your great and stoic opinion, making sure that you kept it cool while Michael Johnson and Colin Jackson was going at it over there. Denise Lewis will always wait. But actually, Denise, we want to see you one day. Great shout out. Thank you for the great times. And please continue to do what you're doing in raising British athletics to higher heights. This season, we'll be visiting some grassroots events too. We want to see what's happening with athletics from the time people are growing up, running on the streets, running in the park with their friends, getting to their first track meets, British schools games, university games. We want to see those athletes that are going out to America and really starting to study their form, study their art, placing themselves in the best possible places. Athletes like Isabel Boffey, Eden Robinson, people putting themselves in the right place to further finesse their talent and make themselves podium potentials for the future. And who knows, very soon. Because you know that, both got medals already and something. As I said, we're going to be mixing it up with some of our fellow fanthletes. I want to bring some people on the show. So if you want to come on the show, hit me up. Catch me on all socials, Fanthletics. Fanthletics on Instagram, Fanthletics on TikTok. I don't know how to use TikTok. Fanthletics on Twitter. Wait, it's called X now, right? Fanthletics TV right here on YouTube. And remember, it's all about bringing athletics back to the people. Now, for the last time this episode, fan out.
Reports of a disturbance in the world of athletics.
All units.
Fan out.